Pregnancy is a grueling 9-month biological marathon, but if we shifted to eggs, their delivery would be as quick as a coffee break. The pros are pretty straightforward. A mother could pop and go, returning to her life, her career, or her hobbies in a matter of hours. The physical toll of carrying 30 pounds of extra weight for months, gone. But then come the cons, and there are a lot of them. Unlike a baby tucked safely inside a womb, an egg is an external target. One slip, one accidental stumble after a night out, or one unlucky drop, and the damage is completely irreversible. If you thought pregnancy cravings were intense, wait until you have to grow a shell. To make a hard protective casing for a human-sized fetus, the female body would need a massive sudden surge of calcium. In birds, if a mother doesn't eat enough calcium, her body literally dissolves its own bones to make the eggshell. To avoid this from happening, human eggless would need a diet almost entirely focused on mineral replacement. And then there's the question of the human anatomy. The most defining trait of a mammal is the ability to nurse. We've evolved complex systems to provide high-energy milk to a baby that is born completely helpless. But if we laid eggs, we'd likely stay in the shell for much longer, perhaps until we were developed enough to eat solid food. If babies hatched ready to chew, the need for lactation would vanish. We'd still be humans, but we wouldn't be mammals in the way we define them today. Our skeletons would also look a little bit different. Human hips are currently a compromise between walking upright and passing a large-headed baby, but a rigid egg doesn't squish like a baby does. To pass a human-sized egg, our pelvises would need to be much wider and more flexible. Humanity officially exits the era of mammals and enters the era of logistics. The miracle of life is no longer a medical mystery, it's a fragile cargo problem. This gives rise to a multi-billion-dollar egg economy. Egg insurance wouldn't just be an option, it would be mandatory. The fashion industry would pivot from maternity clothes to eggwear, featuring Kevlar-lined carriers for the fashion-forward parent. We would see the rise of designer shells, supplements taken by mothers to make the egg glow, change colour, or even be extra thick for clumsy parents. In our reality, the 9-month wait acts as a natural speed limiter for the human population. Remove that and the results are explosive. Since a human could theoretically make an egg every few weeks instead of every year, our population would skyrocket. We could go from 8 billion to 20 billion in a matter of decades. While most of the world would struggle with a massive housing and food crisis, countries like Japan might finally see their nurseries full again. But where would we put everyone? Cities would have to be rebuilt to accommodate the sheer volume of new humans. Would be a species outrunning its own resources?